Hi, I'm Rob Engle, and I'm here in the basement of Marshall Student Center for the Tri-State Psychology Conference.
History has been made. Shelley Moore Capito has just been elected the first ever female senator for the state of West Virginia.
Imagine packing up your entire life and leaving your home through no fault of your own with only a few days to do it. Racial inequality in America really is black and white when you look at the numbers. Even though blacks make up less than 13% of the U.S. population, it is shown in a 2014 study that they are arrested at a rate 10 times higher than non-blacks. It's about half a mile to the fourth floor. And point 9, almost a mile to the very top. Senate Bill 705 was taken off the table for lawmakers this session during the Finance Committee meeting this morning and instead turned into an interim study measure that would give the legislature time to study the effects of the tax cut in detail during the months between the legislative sessions. The bill passed quickly through the Senate, but with some debate. Some senators argued the proposed 2% cut over 2 years would help aid struggling industries, while others said the bill would simply mean government-funded services in coal-producing counties would shoulder the cut. You can check out our Facebook page or Twitter and see everything we're working on. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys. Along with many other Huntington residents, I learned the hard way about the importance of maintaining your vehicle in winter because when this storm hit, my battery went out on me. So I talked to a few mechanics around Huntington about a few preventative steps you can take to make sure you don't get stuck out in the cold.
It's what's inside that counts, especially if it's what's inside the hood of your car during winter.
Cold weather's hard on batteries. It takes a lot out to start. If it's got any age to it at all, then your starting power is even lower. So in the winter, it just drains it. 610. I have to get the phone, so give me just a second. Thank you for calling AutoZone. This is Jessica. Can I help you?
For mechanic Jeff Lassiter, the best defense is a good offense. Maintaining your car before the cold hits may prevent both your head and wallet from aching.
If you do a little maintenance up ahead, then you won't pay for it in the end.
A lesson many in Huntington, including Chris Eddy, learned from experience.
I went out to start my car. It was parked right here, actually, and nothing happened. Like my lights wouldn't come on or anything, and then I had to pay a ridiculous amount of money for my new battery.
The average lifespan of a car battery is about 4 years, and even less in extreme climates. Extending a battery's life requires something as simple as letting your car run for a few minutes every day if it's cold, or getting it checked by a professional.
Having your battery checked periodically is a good thing, especially if it's got any age on it at all, so that you don't get out somewhere and get stuck,
You can never be too prepared for this kind of weather, so there are a few things that are recommended you keep in your car in case of emergency, such as a flashlight, jumper cables, an extra set of warm clothes, and some non-perishable food.
Apart from what you should do before you get on the road, the most important safety tip is simple.
Obviously, when you got a lot of moisture on the ground and snow like that, go slow. You don't need to get in a big hurry.
Now, Jeff reiterated the importance of making sure you check all your fluids regularly, especially your antifreeze, and making sure that all your hoses are properly connected. Here in Huntington, Rob Engle, MU Report. Off the top, armed and dangerous. Multiple armed robberies, a home invasion, and a cross-county car chase. Now the woman police say is responsible is behind bars. As I found out, one victim, a clerk at a local farmer's market, helped put her there.
And we made eye contact. I kind of just got some bad vibes off of her.
Wild Ramp market manager Jonna Bailey knew something was wrong the second a hooded woman walked into the store.
I moved over to the register when she unfolded a note that said, give me all the cash in your drawer or get shot, thanks, smiley face. And so at that point, she withdrew a knife and pointed at me.
That woman, 31-year-old Emily Adkins, has been charged with a string of robberies across town, and it was Jonna who helped identify her.
At that point, I was very angry, and she left, and so I followed her around the building where I saw her take off her disguise, so I was able to get a pretty good description.
Adkins has been charged with the robbery of Sip Wine Bar at Heritage Station, which police believe to be one incident in a string of robberies committed by Adkins.
After Adkins allegedly made away with $184 from Sip Wine Bar, her crime spree was far from over. The very next day, Adkins allegedly robbed the Wild Ramp Market here in central Huntington.
I was fearful for my life, and I was kind of taken aback because we're a nonprofit organization.
Adkins and 2 other suspects were involved in a home invasion in Mason County on Tuesday, which resulted in multiple carjackings and a high-speed pursuit that ended in Guyandotte.
Gunfire exchange between the state police and the suspects, and Adkins and 2 males were taken into custody, and of course we're looking right now to see if those males have any connection to the robberies here in the city.
I knew that she would try something again until she got caught, so it was only a matter of time.
Police are continuing to investigate the motive for these crimes, though they say they believe drugs were involved.
Chief Ciccarelli says he expects additional charges to be brought against Adkins in connection with other local robberies over the past month.
Senators approved Senate Bill 105 last month, a bill that would allow homeschooled students to play sports at public schools. Rob Engle has this profile.
Ready? Keep them level. Good.
I have been playing baseball since I was 7. I always loved sports. Baseball is just the one I went to. It's always my favorite.
There you go.
Bryson French is 15 years old and a native of Winfield, West Virginia. And just a short drive from Bryson's hometown, lawmakers in Charleston are considering a bill that could have a big impact on this teen's future. Senate Bill 105, called the Tebow Bill for short. Bryson is homeschooled by his parents, Alan and Jenny.
Good.
And the bill would allow him and other homeschooled students to play sports at local public schools, schools that are members of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activity Commission.
Nailed that one.
The bill was named after Heisman Trophy winner and former NFL quarterback Tim Tebow. Tebow, who grew up in Florida, was homeschooled, but played football for a local high school thanks to a similar bill in his state. Bryson, too, has similar ambitions for his baseball career.
I always loved it. I don't think I was always that good at it. I know when I was younger, I was always a lot slower. But I think the dedication and working hard, I gradually got better and better.
There you go. Good.
I plan on taking it as far as I can go, and definitely into college.
But without this bill, Bryson can't participate in state-sanctioned sports like a teen who attends a public school. That means if Bryson wants to play baseball at his age, he can only play in summer travel leagues. Bryson says he misses out on the spring baseball season a typical high school student participates in, putting him a step behind in the summer league.
I play for my travel team. We play 30 to 40 games every season. And all my teammates are playing another additional 20 to 30, maybe 40 games with their school teams. So I'm missing out on half the season that they get to do. I only play half the game. So the Tebow bill would give me the ability to just play more games.
Good. Now go for some doubles.
That would be a true advantage, or get me up to speed with the rest of them.
Good.
If the Tebow bill were to pass, Bryson would come here to Winfield High School to play baseball. Right now, the bill says homeschooled students would play for the public school district in which they live, but could not go out of that district if the school does not offer their sport. However, opponents argue that this bill is unfair, prioritizing the needs of homeschoolers above those actually enrolled in public schools. Bernie Dolan is the executive director for the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activity Commission, the body that oversees high school athletics.
Currently, as the bill is written right now, homeschool students or students at non-member private or parochial schools could participate in athletics at our member schools, which they are not enrolled in. We just feel that our number one rule is if you're going to participate for a particular school, that you should be enrolled in that school.
But Bryson's dad, Alan, says his decision to homeschool his 4 children should not prevent them from participating in athletics, especially in a district where he pays taxes to support the schools.
This is a bill that is providing equal access to students. Having fully understood that we did not enroll our children in the school system, it is still a public opportunity that's given to students to be able to play these sports or do these other activities. We are full members of this community, but we are being denied the possibility of him participating with other children his age in those sports simply because we've chosen an alternative route of education for him.
According to the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, nearly 30 states either allow homeschoolers to participate in sports or allow school districts to decide. However, in a state like West Virginia, where school districts are laying off teachers due to declining revenues and shrinking student populations, WVSSAC's Dolan notes that this bill may also cause a funding issue.
Schools get money from the state based on enrollment. So all the money comes here to Charleston, and then the county boards of education get money based on per capita students. So we would be paying for students who you're not getting reimbursement from the state.
Allen, however, disagrees.
A little low. What is the price difference between putting 1 or 2 children on a team as to not having them on the team? The coaches are still paid the same amount, the athletic directors, trainers, everyone's still paid the same amount. Uniform rental maybe a little bit of equipment charges. So there's not really an economic problem to this. That's faster. There's no reason that they couldn't amend that so that if we have a couple students playing from home schools, there's extra funding given for those students to the schools. There you go. Last one. Make it pop.
There are other concerns about the bill as well, like how GPA and attendance eligibility requirements for athletics would translate for homeschooled students. Though Allen says these issues could easily be resolved by following the lead of another state that allows homeschoolers to play sports, Dolan says the position of the SSAC is firm.
The way it's written now, I really don't see any way for it to be adapted to satisfy the membership.
The Tebow bill has already been passed by the Senate and has moved to the House. If passed, Dolan says the commission would have to see what shape the bill was in before figuring out how to implement it. For the legislature today, I'm Rob Engle.